Good morning, everyone. The topic for today's class is to understand laterite soil. We're going to understand the formation, the characteristics, the composition, areas associated, and the crops that grow well in laterite soil. So let us begin. Now, before we understand the formation, this word, the word laterite, is derived from a Latin word. It is derived from a Latin word which means brick. Now, why do we call it brick? Because this is one soil which is mostly associated with the construction and manufacturing of bricks. Hence, we call it as a laterite soil, which is known as brick in Latin. So, let's continue. Now, formation of laterite soil. This is a very important question which is often asked in your boards. Name the process that leads to the formation of laterite soil. So, to understand how a laterite soil forms, please try to connect with the word L. L for laterite. Now, laterite soil is mostly associated with this process known as leaching. L for leaching. Or it could be laterization. Leaching or laterization. Leaching, we've already learned, it's the washing away of topsoil. So when all the essential nutrients of topsoil gets washed away, that is how laterite soil is formed. Or laterization, meaning it's a process that leads to the formation of laterite soil. So two ways in which laterite soil are formed. We could call it as leaching, where all the essential nutrients get washed away and the remaining leads to the formation of laterite soil, or the process is also known as laterization. So this is two important words for you to know, leaching or laterization. So now let us understand in detail. Laterite soil is a result of leaching when the topsoil gets washed away. And what kind of places? It is mostly associated in places where the temperature is high and even rainfall is high, with alternate dry and wet periods, meaning it is raining few days, again it is dry few days. So this kind of areas where it rains, again it's dry, alternate wet and dry periods are mostly associated with the formation of laterite soil. So because it is formed because of the process of leaching, that is why laterite soil is also known as leach soil. You might get named the soil which is known as leach soil. Or why is laterite soil known as leach soil? Because it is formed because of leaching. And please try to remember the definition of leaching, which I have already covered in the previous slides. Now moving to the next, the characteristics of laterite soil. The first and the most important characteristics is the area that it is formed or found. So it is mostly associated in tropical monsoon type of climate, where temperature and rainfall both are high temperature and even heavy rainfall. Okay, the tropical monsoon is a perfect example of place with alternate dry and wet periods, high temperature and high rainfall. Second characteristic, it is a zonal soil, meaning it is in situ soil, meaning it is formed in its own place of origin. Third, this would be a disadvantage or a drawback of laterite soil. It is deficient, it lacks nitrogen, lime and phosphate, meaning it lacks all the essential nutrients that are essential for the growth of crops. That is why only after we properly irrigate use fertilizers, then laterite soil can be used to grow crops. Otherwise they lack all the essential minerals. Next, it is less fertile because it is a leach soil. You must understand, laterite is a leached soil. That is why it is less fertile. So it is less fertile because it is a leach soil. And yields, meaning it produces, yields means produce. It produces only with the use of fertilizer. So when we apply fertilizers, when we give them proper irrigation, then we can make use of laterite soil for growing crops. Okay. Next, color of the soil is red. This is one similarity with red soil. Laterite soil and red soil are both red in color. Again, why? Because of the presence of ferric oxide or iron oxide. And the last one, these soils are coarse. They are coarse in nature, very crumbly, porous, they seep in water, but they cannot hold moisture. So because they do not have a moisture holding capacity, that is also another reason why laterite soil is very less fertile, or we have to use a lot of irrigation. Okay, and the most important, you must know, it is less fertile because it is a leached soil. So that you must know, that is an important keyword. So these are your characteristics of laterite soil. Now areas associated, you often get a question, areas associated. One very important area, this is a very important area, summit, meaning your top or your peak of eastern and western Ghats. So you find laterite soil in eastern and western Ghats, not the entire region, just the top or the peak of eastern and western Ghats, which I'll show you in the next slide. Second, there are a few states, you please learn it in the state wise also. Through state wise you can learn the southern states. Also your northeastern states are areas where you find laterite soil, Assam, Meghalaya, Nagaland. So please try to remember the areas associated with laterite soil. Now here are your areas, east summit of western Ghat, the peak. So this is a western Ghat, just the peak. So western Ghats, even summit of eastern Ghats. So you find laterite soil in the summit of eastern Ghats and western Ghats. Similarly, even in the northeastern, your Garo Hills, Khasi, Jaintia Hills, these are areas where you find laterite soil. Now often in the examination, especially with the map marking for laterite soil, sometimes they ask you question like shade and name the region where you find laterite soil south of Tropic of Cancer. As we all know, there's a Tropic of Cancer, this line goes here. Okay, so if they ask you south, meaning this is your north, this is your south. So if they ask you mark and shade the region where you find laterite soil south of Tropic of Cancer, meaning they're asking you to mark your eastern and western Ghats. But if the question is shade and mark the region where you find laterite soil north of Tropic of Cancer, meaning they're asking you to plot your Garo, Khasi, Jaintia Hills in the northeast. So please learn in that way as well, because sometimes you can get questions where you're asked to mark in the north, in the south of Tropic of Cancer, or a very general question where you're simply asked to shade and name the region. So please prepare yourself accordingly. Moving to the next, the crops associated, like we've learned already that laterite soil is mostly used for construction and manufacturing of bricks. Hence, still we could use for growing crops, mostly plantation crops. Plantation crops are crops where we grow single crop, one crop is grown, but under a large scale, extensively. So one crop extensively grown, like tea is a plantation crop. If you go to tea states, you just see tea growing. Coffee is a plantation, rubber, where we just grow one single crop, cashew nuts, but on a large scale. So laterite soil could be used to grow plantation crops only with the proper utilization of fertilizers and irrigation facilities. Otherwise, this soil is mostly for construction and manufacturing purpose. Now here are a few questions for you to solve, especially with question which has two parts. Please make sure you answer both parts. Like question number 1, the first part is asking you to name the process, whereas the second part is asking you to give one disadvantage of this soil. So especially with questions with two parts, it is nice if you read the question very carefully. There are 10 questions in total, and you expected to submit your work always the immediate next day, that is tomorrow. So today is Friday, I am giving you work. By Saturday 5 p.m. you expected to submit your work either through WhatsApp or email. Thank you. I hope you've understood. Please try to rewatch the video. If you're still unclear, please feel free to ask. Please feel free to communicate and share your concern. Thank you for watching.